All right, let's head to a developing story and welcome in our senior insider, Shams Charania. Shams, only one game in the association tonight as the Lakers host the Hornets. Now, this matchup was rescheduled due to the LA wildfires. What will LeBron James' status be?
Shanae, I'm told that there is optimism around the Lakers that LeBron James can be able to play tonight against the Hornets. They have a back-to-back tonight against Charlotte at Crypto, and then on Thursday in Portland. And LeBron James last played last Wednesday in Utah. Then he missed the All-Star game. But the Lakers, what they're dealing with is weighing, one, the importance of what it signifies to build that chemistry between LeBron James and Luka Doncic in a Lakers uniform, but then also the fact that this is LeBron James in year 22 at 40 years old, and the rest and recovery that clearly his foot, ankle are dealing with, and something that JJ Redick said the other day that they're going to have to manage for the second half of this season. LeBron James has been an indestructible force throughout his career. Clearly, this is something that he's managing, but there is optimism he can play tonight against the Hornets.
So that's the update on LeBron James. And as you mentioned, JJ Redick said yesterday that Luka Doncic, he will likely be on a minutes restriction tonight. But good news, he didn't feel like the restriction would remain as they start their road trip in Portland. Thanks, Shams, for stopping by. We appreciate you. Now with our panel here in Los Angeles, senior writers Mark Spears, Brian Windhorst, and NBA champ Kendrick Perkins. Brian, what do you think we can expect across the street tonight?
Well, there's an injury update that I'm going to give you right now, and that's that Mark Williams, the almost Laker, has been upgraded to probable because he has not actually played since the trade, Chiney. And so this is his comeback game. And look, even if he didn't get almost traded to the Lakers and then the Lakers rejected the trade, as center is going to come in and look to score against the Lakers. Right now, that's the game plan. Their interior is not as strong as you'd like to see it. But considering how upset the Hornets organization was, considering that Mark Williams went all the way to LA, got the physical, was sent back home saying, we think you're damaged goods, I think you're going to see a huge diet of Mark Williams going at the Lakers tonight in what I could only figure is a Mark Williams revenge game. I never thought I'd say those words. I just want to point something out. He does have a couple of 30-point games in the last month. 4 or 5 games ago, he had a 38-point game. He had a couple of 25-point, 14-rebound games right before the trade. He was really playing some of the best basketball we've ever seen out of him, which is one of the reasons the Lakers made the trade. Also, LaMelo Ball is probable tonight, so you've got the guy to throw him the lob. So, obviously, the Lakers are favored in this game. The Hornets are not a strong team. They are in a rebuild situation. But, boy, do I want to see the demeanor of Mark Williams in this game in L.A. tonight.
And, Wendy, boy, do I want to see the demeanor of LeBron James tonight, because this is a revenge game for LeBron James, because we know LeBron James is upset. We know LeBron James heard the noise and all the whispers about him not participating in the dunk contest and how he went about it. And you know how LeBron James usually turns those boos into cheers by his performance on the floor. And I could see after the game tonight the internet going crazy for the 30th time this season about how 40-year-old has put up 40-plus points. LeBron James is going to be on the mission. LeBron James, if he plays, is going to have his footprints and fingerprints all over this damn game.
Well, I'm curious to continue to see the evolution of Luka and LeBron together. You're talking about two dominant, elite ball handlers. So how do they coexist from here? The Lakers are telling them to kind of push unselfishness, make each other better. And as their rotation gets set, you'll never see both of them on the bench at the same time. I think the plan is to always have either one of them on the floor. This is a time where if you could shoot and you're one of the Lakers, hey, man, it's a good time to be a shooter. Austin Reeves, you're going to get to eat, baby. You're going to get a lot of open three-pointers, so anybody that can shoot for the Lakers are going to get improved stats. But then, there's a lack of size. How do they deal with that? Look, Jackson, Alex, they're going to get a lot of alley-oops too. So let's see how Luka and LeBron continue to coexist and adapt together.
I think it's going to be interesting because we could see a win-win scenario. Maybe Mark Williams has a revenge game, and also Luka and LeBron get to build chemistry, which is most important for the Los Angeles Lakers. But Big Perk, I feel like it's time to get us warm for the final stretch of NBA action with maybe a list. How about this? Big Perk's big list of players that must stand up for the rest of the season. I'm not here to psych you out today, I promise. This is not my list. This is your list. Take it away, Perk.
Well, you damn right it's my list. It's Big Perk's big list of players that must stand up for the rest of the season. And Wendy and Chanae, y'all been a part of this in 2025. Mark, you haven't. So it's rules to this list. You will speak when spoken to. Okay, you will bring the necessary energy that's needed, or you will not participate in Big Perk's segment again.
I'm
okay,
ready, dog.
coming in at number 5. Bam! Put it up there. The guy we just got through talking about, Luka Doncic, right? We're hearing all the noise, all the whispers about what the Lakers don't have in the interior. You know what they do have? An international superstar in Luka Doncic. It's time for him to show up and show out, playing alongside the greatest player of all time. You know how you can make up for the lack of depth in the interior? By having a Luka putting up monster numbers on the offensive end, which he's capable of doing. Okay, Wendy, I'm coming to you now. I need the energy, damn it. I know it's cold out there, but warm it up a little bit.
Bam!
There we go. Mitchell Robinson. Hey, look, the New York Knicks, they're in the 3rd spot in the Eastern Conference. Do I believe that they're legit title contenders? Absolutely. The reason being is because I knew Mitchell Robinson was coming back. Now you have Karl-Anthony Towns moving back to his natural position at the power forward position. Mitchell Robinson anchoring and being that live threat at the basket and that rim protector. He needs to show the world why the Knicks are the legit title contenders. Coming in at number 3. Mark, I need your energy here. Remember the rules, okay? Remember the rules, Hall of Famer. Bam!
Whoa.
Chet Holmgren. Listen, it's a lot of non-believers out there that doesn't believe in this Oklahoma City Thunder team. I don't know why. They're number 1 in the Western Conference for a reason. Yes, they have SGA, but they have the white version of Kevin Garnett, a guy that get it done on both ends. He's coming off a hip injury. We need to see how healthy Chet really is. In order for them to make a legit title run, it's going to be because of this young man right here. Coming in at number 2. Chanae, where you at, girl?
I'm right here.
I know you're on magazines and stuff like that doing your thing. But damn it, you better bring this energy. You better bring this energy.
Bam!
Ooh. Klay Thompson. Listen, you wanted out of Golden State. You chose the Dallas Mavericks. Kyrie Irving has taken his game to another level. You don't have Anthony Davis. You don't have Daniel Gafford. You don't have Derek Lively. Klay, with your championship experience, a future Hall of Famer, one of the greatest shooters to ever play the game, the Dallas Mavericks need you to elevate your game in order for them to get into the postseason until y'all get healthy. All right, coming in at number 1. I saved the best for last. Bam! Put it up there.
Oh,
Draymond Green. Draymond Green was on the microphone during the All-Star game, and he guaranteed that the Golden State Warriors will win the championship because they just got Jimmy Butler. Now, it don't matter if I believe it. It don't matter if Mark or Wendy or Chanae believes it. He believes it. So with that being said, we know what Steph, we know what Jimmy is going to do. Draymond, you have to rise to the occasion and show the world why what you said at All-Star is correct. And again, this is not everybody's list. This is my list. I feel like this list is pretty accurate. And by the way, you 3 that participated, y'all welcome back to the next time Big Perk have a big list. Because y'all energy was beautiful.
Hey, Perk, I've got one note, okay? I've got one note right here.
Yeah.
I like the list. I don't love it. I like the list. I don't love it.
Huh?
Doesn't that sound familiar? Doesn't that sound familiar? Welcome back to NBA Today. Now, just 17 days ago, a move was made that shocked the entire association. And one of the seemingly endless ripples of the seismic trade of Luka Doncic affects his former running mate. Now more than ever before, Dallas is counting on Kyrie Irving. It has been a long and strange trip from co-star in the NBA Finals to lone star for the Dallas Mavericks. Kyrie spoke about life post-Luka with our Malika Andrews.
One of the biggest and most stunning trades in the history of the league. And I'm sure he thought it was never going to happen in his career.
This deal materialized in the shadows. This came out of nowhere.
Blockbuster doesn't really even describe what happens here.
We'll be talking about this trade as arguably the worst trade in the history of this league.
Just really shocked and miss my hermano. You know, we had a lot of time together. We just built some bonds that went beyond the basketball court.
It's been an eventful 2 weeks for the Mavericks organization. You going from a veteran leader of this franchise to the leader of this franchise. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm taking it one day at a time. But also, just kind of enjoying the process of the changing environment. As hard as that even sounds coming out, it's just like you still got to find a way to find joy and make sure everybody is good, and we're all human, so we're all going to feel for each other.
I imagine it's a little bit of a roller coaster that you're kind of going through as well. This is a group that has had sort of the same core, right? The same face of the franchise for the last 5 years, and then all of a sudden that changes.
It's a little bit of a different change, but we're going to have to adjust and adapt and have fun doing so. Basketball can't be, a place where, we're trying to dump our emotions on all the time. Our predecessors, people who have come before us, have dealt with so many other things as well. So for me, that's what gave me peace of mind, is knowing that it's history in the league. It didn't just change for us, it changed for the dynamics of many different teams. And now it's for us, it's on us, it's our responsibility to be professionals.
We kept it between us. We had to keep it tight. J. Kidd didn't know about it.
What have you thought about the way that Luka's been spoken about by upper management?
Part of our jobs every day to deal with the public space, but there were real relationships that were built behind the scenes that will transcend just the basketball court and, coaching and then upper management. And I know that for my own peace of mind, just because we not only had 2 years together, but we got a chance to know each other as men. And hopefully we can tailor back on some of the public criticism aspects of it and really just maintain, the kindness and the compassion that we have for each other that's real every day, not just one moment or a soundbite that ends up being described as something that could be taken out of context. That's what I feel like is going on right now. People are highly emotional. I'm not the one to shun anybody, whether it be in a public forum or behind the scenes, and trying not to have that honesty.
I got Anthony Davis as your teammate. You have a whole kind of new identity and squad here. I know it's been a limited sample size, but do you see the vision of sort of this super-sized lineup with you kind of in the middle, the hub of it all?
Yeah, we had how many minutes together?
Yeah,
and I think everybody saw it. It was a microcosm of just the impact that AD makes, and then also having Gaff, and you look at the potential of D-Live being put in there with him, and then we have PJ, who's emerging as a young star in our league, and we also got Max Christie, who was high-level player for the Lakers, and we're getting healthy at the right time. No matter who's in, we got to take care of this.
Kyrie has been a model of consistency for the Mavs since the Luka trade, but he's also been asked to have a bigger role in the offense. Since the Luka trade, Kyrie has averaged over 41 minutes a night, which is way up from his time prior to the move. And that's important to note with Kyrie Irving playing also with some injuries. Now, obviously, this is not what the Mavs hoped for after making this historic trade, as they will be without their top 4 big men for the next few weeks. But regardless, Wendy, what is at stake for the Dallas Mavericks with 26 games left?
Well, they've put themselves kind of under some pressure, because when they make this trade and trade for a 31-year-old Anthony Davis and say he matches the timeline of Kyrie Irving, Kyrie's a month away from his 33rd birthday. So they're basically saying, we have a tighter window than we did before, and now you've got injuries. But, this is really a fascinating moment for Kyrie. He's been very much of a steadying force throughout the entire season, and especially since the trade. His public comments, including that interview with Malika, in my view, he's been pitch perfect. being very sympathetic to the fans, but also challenging himself and his team and trying to be optimistic. I think he's been terrific, and I think he's in a great position to get taken care of, but I also think they're asking a lot of him, playing him all these minutes with that back issue.
Look, this is a perfect look. I think their window for the Dallas Mavericks is 3 years. They have to win the championship. Now, because they have so many injuries, I'm going to be fair and say this season, long as they get into the playoffs, it's a success. And they're going to do that on the back of Kyrie Irving. I believe Kyrie Irving is going to remind the world that he's a top 10 player in this league. He's already one of the most skilled players to ever play the game of basketball, and his leadership since he's put on a Dallas Maverick uniform has been a beautiful thing to watch. The growth in this young man has been a beautiful thing to watch. And if you're the Dallas Mavericks, all you have to say is, we want to have a chance, and let's just get to the fourth quarter where it's a 5-point game, and we have a guy that could take us on and be the best closer, one of the best closers. We have one of the best closers in the NBA, and Kyrie Irving, to give us a shot to winning the ball game.
You know, I met Kyrie in 2011 after his injury-plagued season with Duke, and he was going into the NBA. And from all these years being around him, getting to know him a little bit, this is the first time I've really seen him play at peace, where it's just about the game, and he's enjoying the game, and there's not drama. You know, in Cleveland, it was a LeBron show, right? He goes to Boston, and there was drama there. And we know what happened in Brooklyn. But ever since Nico has put his arm around him, brought him to Dallas, he just seems so much more at peace. And this is the first time where he could truly be a leader, show everybody how good he is, and there's nothing distracting you from watching his wizardry right now.
Yeah, he's at peace, but also during All-Star Weekend, you saw some joy winning with Team Shaq, Team OGs. You saw how he was like, I want to keep this trophy, I want to take this home. But you also probably saw this. Sunday at the All-Star game, this fan hit a logo 3 to win $100,000. But what you might have missed is check out Kyrie, okay? He goes in, there's Kyrie on the left. He grabs a little bit of the money, and he walks away. He walks away. Hey, I'm not mad at it. He always shoots his shot. But KD didn't let him get away with it. That was comedy. Now, Kyrie and KD will both have some financial decisions. Real, right? It had to. It's Mr. Beast. Of course it's real. Kyrie and KD have to make some financial decisions this summer. So let's bring in Bobby Marks, our front office insider right now. Now, the trade deadline is in the rearview mirror. So we keep pushing forward. Your early preview of the NBA offseason is up on ESPN.com right now. Make sure everyone goes and checks it out. Now, Bobby, who has the most leverage this offseason?
Yeah, Chene, it's Kyrie Irving. He's got the most leverage out of any potential free agent, including LeBron James and potentially James Harden here. Now, Irving's got a $43 million player option here. Certainly could opt into that contract. But I think when you look at the circumstances here, based on how he is playing, he's playing like an all-star, certainly all-NBA type candidate. The Luka trade, they cannot afford to lose Kyrie Irving this offseason here. And I think when you look at it, what's the best option for him and the Mavericks? That the best option is aligning him with that Anthony Davis contract. That's 3 for $175 million after this season. So Irving, a ton of leverage going into this offseason.
So Kyrie and AD are the core in Dallas moving forward. Which other players are you watching this summer?
Well, I think certainly Kevin Durant. I think we've started watching him certainly around the trade deadline when we heard his name mentioned in rumors. And the interesting thing with Kevin Durant, he'll enter the last year of his contract. He's extension eligible. As soon as the NBA Finals is over, he's eligible for 2 years, $124 million. What direction does Phoenix go? What direction does Durant go for a team that's on the outside looking in? The second player has got to be Trae Young. We have not mentioned Trae Young at all here as far as where his future is, as far as how it lines up moving forward here. Remember, Trae Young is about to enter the potentially the last year of his contract here. He's extension eligible also, 4 years, $229 million. So kind of at a crossroads as far as where this organization wants to go. Do they want to continue building around Trae Young here? And I think we'll learn a lot about him also this summer.
So Kyrie, KD, and Trae Young are players that we have circled, especially with financial implications. Thank you so much for stopping by, Bobby Marks. Now, we teased it in the last segment. It's very, very interesting because, okay, our producer Bods went crazy with that. Love that. All-Star Weekend in Oakland was full of fun. And now for more fun, let's look back at some moments so far this season that had us thinking what happened was. It's time to squabble up a little bit after we run these highlights. Number 5, Draymond Green. Now, Kuminga's at the line. Check out Draymond take down 2 Lakers. He gets whistled for the foul. Of course, y'all. He argued it. Of course he argued it. What
They
had
fouled him,
happened
right?
was...
They fouled him.
What had happened was at number 4, Nets, Sixers, Ben Simmons.
Oh, leave Ben alone.
I know. This was a rough one. Now a Clipper. Now a Clipper.
Right-handed. Oh.
Oop. All right, what had happened was...
That's a tough one.
That was a tough one.
Yeah.
Number 3, Desmond Bane. Okay, he's going to size up Nick Richards.
Okay.
Bam! Wrong kind of bam, Perk.
Thought it was an N1 mixtape tour, right? That's kind of...
That's the one that leaves
Rutgers.
that's the one that leaves a bump on your head. You know, like those bumps. Okay, now, what had happened was, that was rough. Number 2, Colin Sexton. So Colin, he picks up LeBron in the post, embellishes a little contact, hits the matrix a little bit. Let's take another look.
Oh, he did get hit, though.
There was like a 2-second delay.
He got hit in the head, though.
Good acting skills. Have the Oscars gone out yet? And then what had happened was at number 1, Eric Spoelstra. He give up a game-tying alley-oop with 1 second left, and then Coach Spo calls a timeout, but the Heat were out. This one hurt. Pistons, they sunk their free throws and won the game. And we got another meme from our brother, Jalen Rose. Now it's time for Chiney's Challenge, where I challenge you and your basketball knowledge with some trivia questions. Are you guys ready? Okay, so Mark, we start with you. Who was the player with the highest scoring game in the NBA so far this season?
Luka.
You're saying Luka Doncic?
No.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
SGA.
The answer is De'Aaron Fox.
Wow.
60-piece, 60 points versus the Timberwolves on November 15th, Mr. Spears.
I mean,
You should know this.
he got traded, so I'm thrown off.
Yeah, like, come on. You're literally wearing the
Cup
Kings
game.
colors.
That was, I'm
Shame,
Lost for
shame,
words, man.
Game of Thrones. Wendy, this is for you. Who is the only player other than Victor Wembanyama with 8 blocks in a game so far this season?
That's
I'm
easy.
very confident, Janae, that
That's
I
easy,
do not
man.
know this.
Oh,
knows
you're very
it?
confident.
Okay, well, then give it to me.
You gotta guess. Give us a guess, Wendy. Come on. Donovan Clingham.
Chet Holmgren.
Well, yeah.
Oh, I remember that too.
He could have got that because he was a little bit delayed. Donovan. Oh, man. Was that tough? Was that a tough one?
That was real tough.
Yeah, that was a tough one. I'm sorry, Wendy.
I thought it was Mobley.
I'm sorry. Okay, Perk.
He said it was easy.
Yeah, I know.
That one was challenging. That was challenging, but it is Chiney's challenge. So, Perk, we got this one for you. Who had the most rebounds in a game this season?
Oh, this is easy. This is easy. I'm going with Anthony Marshawn Davis Jr.
I don't know about that, Big Boss.
What's it?
Domantas Sabonis, 28
Kings.
rebounds,
Oh,
and he's
Sabonis.
done it twice, January 10th and February. Perk?
God bless America. I mean, it was out of AD. It was out of AD, Carl Anthony Towns, and Sabonis. I went with AD. I mean, damn. The problem
Chiney's
is that
challenge
the
strikes
Kings
again.
had so much going on.
Yeah.
That's
we were
the problem.
distracted.
The Kings had so
You're
much
right.
going on.
Kings going King. Okay, this is for everyone. Who is the only player with a buzzer
DeMar
beater
DeRozan.
in each of the last 2 seasons? Okay.
Trae Young.
Any takers? Okay, we've got DeMar. We've got Trae. Come on, Mark.
Curry.
Steph Curry.
Oh, Trey's a good one.
Any guesses? Bam Adebayo.
What?
Oh,
Bam
bam.
Adebayo. You
Man.
guys, come on now. Do your homework. School's
Don't you just come on now.
Man.
Bam didn't even know.
Yo, Wendy, I can't stand you. I can't stand you.
He gonna get that All Clutch Award this year.
Hey, maybe. Okay, we've been teasing it all show. We showed you a multitude of players.
Man, we got to get one right.
What do all of these players have in common? Okay, one more hint. I feel like this is too broad. It relates to Nikola Jokic's birthday, other than being rich. It relates to his birthday. Any guesses?
They're all over 30?
No.
Well, no, Halliburton's on there.
Any guesses?
They've all got
I was
beards.
born in January.
Close. You're getting warmer, Perk. Come on,
February.
guys. I believe in you.
In the same draft class?
No, they're all Pisces.
I'm wrong.
They're all
man.
Pisces, born between February 18th
By the way, they're all
and March
also
20th.
rich, and they all also have beards. I got it right.
Pisces.
You know what that means?
Are you a Pisces?
That
Is
means
that
no,
why
I'm
you
an
know that?
Aries. I'll tell you about a Pisces in a second. They're known as compassionate, intuitive, artistic, creative people. Okay, my favorite Pisces though? Number 3, the 2 biggest stars in the game faced off on Christmas Day, LeBron versus Steph. Perk, help me out here. Starting up at number 3 on the list. Wow. Icons, legends.
And they did.
Go ahead, Perk.
And they did disappoint. They did disappoint. You talk about a brawl for it all. 2 all-time greats, 2 top 5 players all time, in my opinion. They never disappoint. It was a movie. You got LeBron James doing his thing, shooting tray balls, driving to the lane. Obviously, Steph Curry was hitting them daggers and hitting those 3-pointers. But again, every time they match up, it's must-see TV.
It is, and we got a signature LeBron James swat, but this time it turned over to a 3. Oh, man, but look at the defensive effort. Draymond kicks it out. A crazy sequence, and it's a 4-point game. 30 seconds left. Warriors in transition, down 4. Curry attacks. Nice layup. Golden State within 2. Now 15 seconds left. Warriors down 4. Curry once again hits the tough corner 3 over LeBron. An insane shot from Curry, and he was not done there. Here is the legend, Mike Breen.
Looking. Curry gets free. Curry puts up a 3. Bang! Bang! He ties the game!
A double bang! A great shot from Curry to tie it at 113, and LeBron's like, what? Lakers with a chance here.
Help Kuminga.
Austin Reeves. They get the lead. Warriors now have a chance. Steph Curry with a heave, but the prayer's not answered. Another Steph LeBron classic as the Lakers win it, 115-113. All right, at number 2 of our best games of the season so far, we have a clash of the Splash Brothers as Klay Thompson made his highly anticipated return to the Bay. All right, Mr. Spears, help me out here to number 2 on our list, the Mavs and the Warriors, November 12th.
That was cool, really cool. They all wore the hats, 400 employees welcomed them back. Almost made Klay cry.
I know, and you were in the building, right?
Yeah, NBA Cup game, had a little juice to it. Klay was super fired up.
And we saw a shimmy, which, by the way, I don't know if that ended well. Steph Curry took that personally.
Yeah, Steph had an amazing game, 37 to steal the show from Klay. Remember that dude Luka that played for Dallas? He had a big game too. He had 31.
Former teammates guarding each other to the 4th. 5.5 to play. Mavs up 2. Thompson hits the 3 over Steph.
Feeling
and then
it.
There's the celebration right in front of Steph Curry
Looks like Dallas is going to win this game, right? Well,
said, hold my beer. Steph Curry gets the floater. Warriors up 1. Now 33 seconds left. Again, Warriors still up 1. I know when he starts moving like this, it's time for a Hyundai electric moment of the game. Steph gets the switch. Derek Lively on an island.
Okay. He reminds everybody whose house this is.
Curry with the night, and the great reacts. Look at that. That emotion. Steph Curry spoils.
You don't get that too much.
Clay's return as the Warriors win 120-117. That was one that gave me goosebumps.
They play again on Sunday.
All right, at number 1 of NBA Today's best games of the season so far, it was the much-anticipated battle of the best teams in the game. The Thunder versus the Cavaliers. Mr. Cleveland, Mr. Windhorst, will you help me out here? Number 1 on our list, January 8th matchup. Go ahead, Wendy, take it away.
This was one of the highest level regular season games you'll ever see. Regular season because there's a ton of offense in this game. They came in, the 2 teams combined for 9 losses. Second week of January, they had 9 losses together at this point. Both shot over 50%. Shea put on a show. 7 different Cavs scored in double figures. It was not something that the Thunder, the number 1 defense in the league, had really seen. They weren't really ready for the Cavs' big-to-big passing. Donovan Mitchell made some huge baskets in this game, including this one from the corner. They got to play again a week later in Oklahoma City, and the Thunder got their revenge. But on this night, it was all Cavs, Janae.
It was all Cavs. I mean, they were connecting on all cylinders. The ball was moving. It was just great basketball on both ends. And, of course, SGA to J-Dub. Nice little floater. Hartenstein back to a 2-point game. Man, this was so competitive. But then Cleveland, they would put it away. Evan Mobley, the X factor, gets the lead up to 5, and then 30 seconds left. Still a 5-point game. Ooh, DG, all-star, gets inside for the floater. Cleveland would take the first battle of the top 2 teams in the NBA, 129-122. Now, the Cavaliers will be in action again in the first game of our NBA Friday doubleheader as they host Jalen Brunson and the Knicks.